Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, we should have done a split screen thing actually. You know what? It's fine. Hi, I'm John. And this is Vriska, and that's Nepeta, and Terezi's over there, but we don't care about Terezi.
Wow.
Yeah. So Homestuck Epilogues. It's up. It's 10 years of Homestuck, and it's like, wow, oh my god.
I'm
Yeah.
a grown ass adult in Homestuck shitty cosplay about to react to Homestuck, so
Oh my God.
It's been a while.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fellas. So let's turn to the screen.
Hold on, I'm gonna go to YouTube to look at the chat.
Oh yeah, do it.
Yeah. It doesn't show up on there?
Probably.
Oh, it's cute.
I got 2 views.
Nice.
Hi guys.
It does what?
I got 2 viewers.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna waste your time. Homestuck Epilogues. Here we go. Do you guys want to sit? Someone want to sit on this side?
I'll sit over there.
Okay.
Terezi, come on.
Okay, you can just stay there, Terezi.
Okay.
I can still see. I can
This
see the
is
screen better from
Hi,
here. So.
Vriska.
And that
Hi, Vriska.
Nepeta voice hurts, so like
Yeah.
I can't do it like
Good
I
job.
used to.
Sorry, I'm on my phone. If you couldn't tell. Okay, you ready? Homestuck. I lost 2 viewers, but it's fine.
One can okay. It's a bunch of nerds in costumes. Like, I mean, of course you're gonna.
It's my cosplay channel.
Wait, you have
I'm gonna cry.
You have a cosplay channel?
That's what Elon's Kira is.
Oh, that is. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. It's there. Ready? We're gonna go. We're gonna go. Okay.
What if it's like the ones from before? Is we just.
Oh wait, is my
troll
sound
or
on?
something?
Okay.
Oh boy.
Here we
Oh
go.
my God.
Oh
Oh my
boy.
God.
Start.
Oh!
You said
It's archive of
Okay.
our own.
You see the shit? You see the shit?
I see xenophobia, pregnancy, breastfeeding,
Transphobia,
This has to be the fucking April Fools, right?
But it's not April Fool's.
Like, this had to get posted on April Fools, right?
incestuous
Like, I'm not-
undertones.
Oh my God.
Murder, honk, genocide, diapers, toxic masculinity, friends to lovers, manipulation, infidelity, non-binary characters, milking, identity,
Oh my God.
feet. Oh my god. Hussy! Power imbalances, blood, trickster, well,
Okay,
that's
go to the
really...
summary. Go to the summary.
Okay, summary. 10 years after their adventure began, the heroes are enjoying a well-earned retirement on Earthsea. But John still has one last choice to make.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
With all those tags, I'm scared.
Contents. Prologue.
Oh,
Oh no.
Who wants to do dramatic reading?
I might as well.
Dude, like I said, someone's gonna be here like any minute.
Don't worry, we can hide somewhere. Can we hide somewhere?
Maybe.
Let me like check my finger. Where's it at?
Where's the Fago?
Where's the bag up?
Oh my God.
Okay. You can. You
I hear
guys.
them.
Oh. We'll be right back. We can't pause this.
I'm gonna let's hide somewhere.
That's a bad idea. Hold
We're
on.
gonna be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going on an adventure before we start this. Can we go in the back? Can we go in the backyard?
And I think we're about to shift.
To it through the skies, little eyes. We're gonna go in the back. Okay.
Backyard?
Backyard.
Oh, I actually have been to backyard.
If you guys recognize this backyard, this is where we filmed the Marauders Story of Tonight thing. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh god, there's Crocs.
I thought there was a bug or
I'm
something.
sorry, my inner Canadian came out.
Alright.
You know, if I was
Should we,
cosplay
like,
with porn
prop
too,
the
I probably
phone
should have
up
done that.
It does a thing.
You know, as somebody who's cosplay porn, I don't know why I didn't just cosplay porn.
Right?
Well, my wig's at home. And my
True.
dress, so.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I hope that wasn't disruptive.
Wait, does she
How did I fit?
I don't know. It's like
turn it better, I guess?
you can
No, okay. Get over
okay.
here.
Yeah, get over here. Let me turn the brightness up. You can't see it, but it's like all fucking okay.
It's a fan fiction.
Here we go. Okay. Okay, prologue. It starts with a crack. Everything else rises up from that like steam, a trembling thread that cuts through space in jagged lines, splintering the void into razor-sharp shards of petrifying leptons and quarks popping apart like raw eggs in a microwave. It's coming undone at a subatomic level, from the bottom up, from the inside out, from the top down. It's from the top down, it looks like the eye of a storm, a black hole so supermassive that it spans the width of eternity.
Is this what a dramatic reading is?
I don't know. Groupon, I don't care right now.
There's no viewers.
It,
Zero viewers.
that's fine.
It'll be uploaded.
It turns infinity into something as thin and fragile as cellophane. Shreds of its dimensions, a piece of paper pinched together at either end, a hole poked through it. At the center of that hole, the edges can be heard fraying. Pandemonium as continuity buckles in the middle, and the two ends come smashing
Okay.
together.
Is Hussy messing with us?
Oh, probably. I
Oh,
mean, you know
definitely.
him. You know Hussy. Around the
That
hole.
looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all look great.
Did you need to ask? Really?
Around the hole, ghosts scream. They
That's
claw
like
at the dying borders of their dreams with fingernail chipping desperation. They whip together like the wind, trailing the mutilated streaks of their hypothetical futures with them. It's a multifactional neon cyclone of primordial conclusion, a turning blender of hyperfinal, catastrophically terminal, overwhelmingly permanent double death. The screaming distorts and plunges low as it gets closer to the cavity. What the fuck, Hussy? What is he on?
What is actually
Nothing
happening?
has happened yet. At the center, the distortion turns into eerie music. That's when you hear the cacophony ends. The shattering, the screaming, the squelching, the sounds of elemental particles being torn apart like string cheese shoved through a meat grinder. Then dumped down a strangely melodious garbage disposal. It all returns to the same tonic dominance, matching pitch and tone, ironing out the rebellious flats and sharps until the discordance becomes exquisite. A subharmonic symphony that can only be heard in the bones. At the dead center of the event, it is extremely quiet. A silence beat of all suffering that limitless sempiternity can hold, bleeding together until the prism turns to obsidian. It's too vast to comprehend, too black to behold without closing your eyes, retreating to the back of your own eyelids. Is to seek the comfort of a familiar. Are you using the dog door?
I want to see if I can fit.
Nepeta.
There it goes.
It's you can.
Well, bye, Nepeta.
Well, Nepeta's.
Yeah, she's gone. Cool.
Bye, Nepeta. Where was I? Retreating to the back of your own eyelids is to seek the comfort of a familiar darkness. It is to reject an absolute tenebrosity so perfectly alien it threatens to rip the humanity right through your eye socket. Just put a little makeup.
Okay, cool.
Your name is John Egbert. That's me.
You should. Yeah.
That's a thing.
Hey, okay, Hussy said every ship except for John and Dave was canon.
Yeah, we're
In
bros.
some timeline, so yeah.
Yeah.
This could be a thing,
It can. Okay.
unfortunately.
Your name is John Egbert, and you have just had a terrible, deeply pretentious nightmare. You snap out of your bed, soaked in sweat, your heart hammering like a fire alarm. It is just as you feared. You've been dreaming an anime again.
What?
And you
What?
have no idea what it could mean.
Is it gonna be like the whole thing was a dream? I will lose my fucking shit.
Look outside just to make absolutely sure the world is not ending.
Oh my god, Hussy.
Oh my fucking god.
The
he
sun
did
is
not.
coming in through your window in bars of soft yellow. The only sound you can hear for miles is the wind skimming the hollows of your neighbor's pipe homes. It's a normal day in the Salamander Village, which you refer to as Salamander Village because the damn salamanders never bothered to give this village a name, you guess. Absolutely not. Are you okay with that? Absolutely nothing of note has ever happened here in the entire history of the planet, which you would know because you created it.
That is really nice.
Oh,
Sound?
it's like nice wind chimes. Look at that. Oh my god. Beside your pillow, your phone is vibrating. Rose is calling. The screen of your phone reads 3:30 a.m., April 13th, and also the number 46, which is how many text messages your friend left you while you were sleeping. A bit excessive even for her. Answer the phone.
She's pregnant.
Okay, I gotta use my Rose voice. Do you want to be Rose? Okay.
Since when are you known to operate your telephone?
Since I don't know, has it really been that long since I called?
I can't remember the last time.
Neither can I. Anyway, what's up?
First of all, happy birthday.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's my birthday. I literally forgot. Fuck, I forgot. Art imitates life.
Am I correct in presuming this April 13th will be as uneventful as the last?
Yeah, I don't want to do anything this year. I hope that's okay.
Of course it's okay. It's your birthday after all.
Rose.
Yes? I'm bad, Rose, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You wander to the window and watch the salamanders go about their day. All over the neighborhood, the little dad salamanders are putting on their little rumpled hats and picking up their little suitcases.
Stream.
And kissing their little families goodbye for the day.
Aw.
You've always been confused about what exactly they contribute to the global economy, but it's pretty cute how they love playing at, being suburban businessmen. The silence over the phone is growing awkward. You've stalled long enough. You decide to just come out and say it.
What? Oh,
I've been dreaming in anime again lately. I have no idea what it can mean.
I see.
It's horrible every time. And I don't mean because anime is bad or anything. It's not that. Whenever I have these dreams, everything is breaking apart. Millions of people are screaming and dying. I mean dying permanently, not the kind of shit dying that we've been doing a lot over the years.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You're having a vision.
A couple yards over, a salamander blows an astounding spit bubble. Truly one for the books. Your eyes trace its meandering journey into the sky as you gather your thoughts. What do you think it all means?
What do I think what means?
What do you think it means that I've been dreaming in anime?
I don't have the slightest idea what it means that you've been dreaming in anime, John. I think. Oh,
Hi!
Dog.
There's a dog here.
oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
right there,
fine.
hi, doggy.
Just 'cause it's
Wait.
gonna die.
there's the dog.
Hey, John.
Oh, sorry, Vriska. Okay. Where was I?
I called my Rose. Why did I just do Rose? Wait, does she have like wait?
I don't think so. Not like a short one.
Oh, okay.
You wait for Rose to finish her thought. She doesn't, which is troubling because you have never known Rose to leave a thought unfinished in over 10 years of acquaintance. You suppose it's possible it may have happened one of the times she died. You wouldn't bet on it, though. Rose, are you okay?
Not exactly.
What's wrong?
I think my condition's been getting worse lately. She's pregnant!
Condition?
It's why my message probably sounded urgent.
You left 46 messages.
Yes, they were all urgent.
Oh,
I don't think I can wait much longer before telling you. I held out for as long as I could. I figured your birthday was as good a time as any to let you know.
let me know what.
These last couple of years. Gradually enough to ignore it as it was happening, but I can't anymore. She has cancer.
Oh my god.
Lately, the visions have been overwhelming.
Visions?
John, I have terrible headaches these days. Talking on the phone doesn't help at all. Would you mind flying to my apartment so we can continue this in person?
Oh, yeah, you mean now?
Yes, now is the time. I've put it off long enough. She's pregnant and has cancer.
That means she's been pregnant for years. What the fuck?
Family Guy, what's her face?
Oh, yeah, that one chick. You move the phone away from your ear and assume an expression you haven't practiced in years. It is the look of a man who actually has something to do. Holding the phone directly in front of your face, you speak into the receiver. Okay, I'm on my way. Bye, Rose. As you hang up the phone, a familiar feeling settles over you. A feeling of standing? Standing.
Oh my god!
And being alone in your bedroom. As a young man on your birthday, you swear you felt this feeling before.
Oh my god!
It's almost like a young man stands alone in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, is this young man's birthday. Though it was 23 years ago when he was given life and 10 years ago when he was given a name, it feels like it is only today that he will begin to understand what all that means. That young man is you, John Egbert. What will you do?
Okay, so we're finally gonna know exactly what the fuck happens in Homestuck. I guess.
I'm gonna fucking cry.
You want-
I'm sorry. We have to be. I'm sorry.
There's a applause.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Let's ask the 8-ball something. Okay, is what's gonna happen gonna be good?
Let me see.
It's certain.
Yay!
Yay!
Like good as in story wise or good as in ending wise?
Ah, shit, I was vague. Okay. Chapter 2.
Oh my god! Oh gosh.
I'm remembering why I skipped over most of Homestuck.
Dude, I read it all in like 3 days, every single word. Why would you skip over it?
Dude, really?
Because I got headaches. Like
I
when I
didn't
tried to
sleep.
read it.
I didn't sleep or
I
eat.
started right before the freaking scene with lava. That's where I started, like right before that.
I caught
that
up during
update
the
was.
I caught up during the first Giga pause.
Yeah.
I was so upset because my ex got into it the last day of Gigapause, and I'm just
Oh.
like, you motherfucker.
Oh my gosh. All right.
My
Chapter
back's so
2.
tan.
When you arrive at Rose's apartment, you find her asleep on the couch. You slide the balcony door open quietly. Rose? Her eyes flutter open. She looked like a ghost, and not the kind of ghost that looks and acts exactly like an alive person.
She's dying. I'm sorry. I'm calling it. How long have I been sleeping?
I don't know. I just got here. Are you okay?
I'll be fine.
That looks like a lot of pills.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
You're
no!
taking there.
Yeah, it's not what you're thinking though.
What am I thinking?
These are controlled substances that have been prescribed by a legitimate doctor to ease the symptoms of my condition. I'm using them only as instructed. Wait, hold on. Okay.
Okay.
Who's a legitimate doctor?
So there's
Tavros.
nothing to worry about.
But you said you have a condition. Isn't that bad?
There's a couple of different okay.
You watch her rise in stages. Her arm is trembling when she's bracing it on the couch.
PTSD?
Baby. Baby.
Oh, yes. The condition itself is not ideal, obviously. And perhaps it does constitute something to worry about in the context of a different conversation. All I'm trying to say is, I'm not backsliding, if that's what you're wondering.
In response to this, you examine Rose's whatever languid form on the couch, optimistic that she will continue speaking any moment now.
I struggled with substance abuse for a while, years ago, remember?
Rose, Jesus! I wasn't going to accuse you of being a drug addict, and I didn't fly over here to give you an intervention. It sounded like you had some important stuff to tell me, and the fact that you also seem to be sick is more than a little alarming.
I wouldn't say I'm sick. Just having spectacularly debilitating headaches as a result of my visions becoming more frequent. Oh, that's gotta suck.
Oh, yeah. What are these visions you're having?
I'm a seer of light, John.
I know. So, you mean like your standard psychic visions about the future and stuff? What's going to happen? Should we be worried?
Oh wait, hold on. Okay.
Oh boy.
Can I
Yeah.
just turn
Yeah.
it? Okay, I lisp, so like this is gonna be kind of.
Oh, you're fine.
It doesn't technically pertain to the future. Well, not our future. My abilities have brought in considerably beyond their previous horizons, and they shed light on many unseen events, past, present, future, in realities and frames of reference that have no intersection with ours at all. It seems to be an unfortunate side effect of God tier abilities. They can advance at a rate beyond one's physical ability to keep up with. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to be happening to anyone other than me.
Yeah, I can't say I've noticed anything like that.
Wait, where's Kanaya? Why isn't Kanaya helping
I don't
her?
know, maybe she's at work.
Is she a doctor?
Yeah. Wait, did I say that line already? Oh, I'm gonna say it
Yeah.
again if that's the case.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, I can't say I've noticed anything like that, or improvement in my powers for that matter.
It's not about gaining additional power, so much as the gradual dissolving of the boundaries between our own awareness and that of your many doomed selves who perish in other timelines. It's a slow and apparently rather uncomfortable accretion of knowledge. Perhaps I'm the only one to notice any change, since my aspect explicitly relates to knowledge.
I guess that all makes sense. So, what are
Patrick
these?
Bateman? Hi. He said, are you all on crack?
No,
Who's that?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Oh, it's a troll? Okay.
A troll, get it? Okay. Yeah. So, what are these? What did I last say?
You were right there.
I guess that all makes sense. So, what are these visions showing you?
Okay. Many things. They're quite disjointed and sometimes hard to rearrange into coherence.
Bless you.
Excuse me. But in totality, I have pieced together a greater understanding of our present situation and all the events that led us here. How am I doing?
Good.
Thanks.
You watch Rose stagger to her feet and cross the apartment. At the kitchenette, she knocks back another pill with a practiced motion. No water.
That's not good.
Her vacant stare drills into the countertop as she quietly waits for the medication to take effect.
Never take pills dry. That will mess you up.
And?
And what?
What is it about our situation that you wanted to tell me? Is it bad?
Good and bad are words that don't mean anything beyond a certain threshold of mortal consideration. There's a different scale I've come to understand. Another dichotomy that's less emotional, I guess. Consider instead of the word good, using the word essential. And what exists at the opposite polarity from essential is something that is best not to contemplate.
What are you talking about? This sounds fucked up.
I'm a little concerned.
Me too.
Oh my god.
Whatever,
It's one of those
dude.
guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
Where were we?
You follow Rose.
Oh, you follow Rose to the balcony. She raises a hand and points directly into the clear blue sky. She points with purpose as if to say there.
His messages were retracted.
Oh, okay, bye.
Yeah, so
I guess.
he's kind of a bitch of a troll then if he can't even keep his messages there. Come on, man. Dude, if you're gonna do it, just leave it.
No, it's fine.
Nah.
She raises a hand and points directly into the clear blue sky. She points with purpose as if to say there, right there. Precisely is where the green sun would be if it still existed.
The green sun is gone.
What?
It has been destroyed, at least from the current frame of reference it has. It still existed, and therefore in a way that's hard to explain, currently exists, over a nearly infinite span of time, presiding over the birth and death of countless universes. But this universe, our universe, is not one of them.
You saw this in a vision?
No, Jade told me.
She did. How does she know?
She can't draw from its powers anymore. What the hell is
I
that?
don't know.
Oh, ew, okay. She no longer has the ability of a first guardian. It has been this way for several years. I suspect she has kept this fact on the down low, however.
That's surprising, I guess. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's not like she tells me a whole lot these days.
It's also not like she's had any particular need to unleash the full fury of the green sun. Not while she's been gallivanting around with Dave and Karkat under whatever perplexing social arrangement they have settled on. My OG3 right there.
Oh, finally.
Anyway, her account of the sun's destruction syncs up with the data supplied by my visions. I have no doubt it's gone.
How did that happen?
It doesn't matter much for our purposes. There was a cataclysmic event, a suicide strike by a very powerful being, much like the one Dave and I attempted once upon a time. But it turned out the explosive force we released was only a catalyst, a causal gesture. What was needed to destroy the sun was a consumptive assault. What the hell are these words mean?
Consumptive?
The entire sun was swallowed by a supermassive black hole. Oh no.
Supermassive black hole.
Oh my god.
Y'all remember that shit? It was in Twilight.
I forgot about it. I digress though.
You press your eyes shut just for a moment. Behind them you see a black hole, supermassive, that it spans the width of eternity. What if Hussey, saw that picture of the black hole and, created
wait.
this in, a day?
What if this is their sea?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just kidding.
I guess we die.
About time.
You quickly open your eyes again and pretend to forget what you just saw.
There's really no route through this expository garden path that will adequately cushion you from the bottom line, John. You will need to travel back into canon and defeat Lord English.
You shrug and try to look casual. You pull off the most casual shrug that a guy has ever shrugged when being presented with the inevitability of his own fate.
Is John gonna die? Oh, come on.
Well, it's been nice.
Yeah. That's been real, fellas. If Rose were looking at you right now, she would be totally convinced that you were approaching this topic with a level of nonchalance that is entirely plausible and genuine. You're sure of it. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to come up again someday.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
I'm sure we all did. That is, even those of us without visions.
I was doing my best not to think about it. I guess we can't put it off any longer then.
Now is the time. We are rapidly approaching a point of no return. If the decision isn't made soon, it will be too late. The issue will no longer matter.
What exactly is the point of no return?
Today.
Wow. Okay then. First, one question. Why?
Why what?
Why do I need to go back and beat him? I mean, sorry if this is a stupid question. I guess he's a huge, awful monster, and that's just what you're supposed to do with huge, awful monsters. Take them down for their crimes and such. But why does he actually need to be defeated at all? To be honest, it's been years since we've even bothered thinking about any of this, and everything seems take a look around and survey the current status of all life on Earth, which is totally possible to do from this vantage point of a single apartment balcony. Fine?
Of course everything is fine here. We're outside of canon now.
Yeah, I know. What does that actually mean, though? Are you saying this isn't really happening?
Of course it's happening. Just because certain events take place outside of canon, it doesn't mean those events are non-canon. So all those all
I
fan
can't believe
fiction's
all
canon.
fanfiction is canon.
I mean, multiverses. Or like
All
the
fanfiction
timelines and
is
stuff.
canon.
Oh,
Four Chords is canon.
All of
Oh
it.
boy.
Fratstuck is canon.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Is Four Chords and Fratstuck canon?
Cannot.
Cannot
See?
predict now.
I mean, Huzzy said so.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Oh,
Wait, what?
in other words.
In other words, there is an important distinction between events which can be considered to occur inside canon, outside canon, and those which are not canon at all. The day we went through that door and claimed our reward, we passed the threshold between continua marked by differing degrees of relevance, truth, and essentiality. Those are the three pillars of canon.
What?
Yeah, what?
Rose shoots you an irritated look. You know what that look means. It's reserved for the sort of bozo who just said what once too often.
Any events said to take place inside canon will have non-zero values of relevance and essentiality, while maintaining an absolute foundation in truth by definition. Okay, hold on, let me read that again. Whereas events outside canon have diminished values of relevance and essentiality. Events can't be said to be untrue either. Instead, it's better to regard their truth value as highly conditional. Are you still following? No.
Say, oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah, totally.
So, to be clear, everything that's taken place here on Earth C since we exited canon can be considered completely irrelevant, and for the most part, absolutely inessential. Yet none of it can be called untrue. At least up until precisely today.
Okay.
Then what does that non-canon mean?
Events that are formally non-canon have no truth whatsoever, by definition. They may have relevance and essentiality values that are non-zero, or even quite high, but only as projections along an imaginary axis, resulting from highly subjective frames of reference. But due to those events having no truth, and thus carrying no real weight, the other properties are basically rendered meaningless. What the?
You can feel your eyes go wide as the gears in your head slow to a stop. The implications of what Rose is saying are as vast as they are completely incomprehensible. Your mind has just been blown. Wow.
John?
It's like 2013.
John, are you okay? Your pupils have gone quite wide, thereby facilitating the appearance that your mind has just been blown. Or read the anime now.
Sorry, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this.
You of all people really should have a good intuitive grasp over these concepts already. You're the one with the retcon powers after all. Yeah, they're called retcon powers.
We get it, I think. I just wouldn't have thought to put all of this in such a jargony way.
Sorry, that's kind of what I do.
It's fine. I'm just a bit rusty is all. It feels like it's been so long since I did or even thought about it. Anything that mattered at all.
Yes, the longer we live outside of canon, the more tenuous our relationship with canon becomes. Hence the urgency. Okay, can I say something?
Yeah.
Are they fading from existence because they're not in canon anymore?
Well,
I will.
that's very, very good question. Excellent question.
Are they fading from existence?
Where was I?
Signs point to yes. Fuck.
Also, one last thing. You remember in that one thing where kind of got ashed by Condit?
Oh yeah, of course.
Infinity War.
Hussey predicted Infinity War, guys.
Oh my god.
Hussey is Thanos.
Hello, viewer.
Hi, where were we? Then what's going to happen if we keep dragging our feet?
Oh, sorry. I mentioned that events outside canon have a truth value that tends to be conditional, remember? Well, I did. But let me put it another way. As long as we live outside canon, everything that happens will technically be real, but only conditionally. There are certain crucial events inside canon which must happen in order to continue to prop up the legitimacy of events here on Earth. And you specifically, John, have a responsibility to make sure those events take place. Wait, hold on.
Wait, let me read that.
That is something, guys. I just thought of something. Archive of our own format. They're living in a fanfiction now.
Okay, wait.
They're living in a fanfiction now.
So,
What?
um,
Oh,
Hello.
hi.
hi.
Hi. We're live streaming. Hi.
So, basically,
Okay.
All fanfiction is canon,
all
apparently.
fanfiction is canon.
Yeah.
Conditionally. Conditionally.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And John has to go fight
Lord English.
Lord
Yeah.
English
He
again.
has to go back into
Oh,
canon.
why?
I don't know.
To get Gamzee out the fridge, finally.
Yeah, this is all. Where
This is
were
very
we?
confusing.
Where were we?
You can say that again.
Was it here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just gonna like continue reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, have fun. Just
I don't remember where I left off.
yes.
We're right
This
there.
is
Where I highlighted.
boring.
Oh,
And
This
you
is
specific-
technical geek stuff
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
you're a
It's-
geek.
Not for this ain't for me.
Yeah, that's
no.
okay.
I can be a
Fair.
geek, but that's
Fair.
not the kind of-
And you specifically, John, have a responsibility to make sure those events take place.
And I take it that means going back and killing Lord English. Yes.
Yes, his defeat is the keystone to this entire continuity. Much like his life, in some sick way, governed by the overall design of the bridge which that keystone was holding up. But without it, all of this falls apart. Everything we've been through, in a way that's impossible for a single mind to fully comprehend, becomes retroactively discredited.
So reality will be just reality will be destroyed or something? Hasn't that already sort of happened? I
Could it
mean,
be?
I don't know. I think
No,
it's a
it's a
fly.
fly.
Okay.
I mean, when all the black space started cracking.
No, this consequence isn't physical, or even a disruption of this timeline. It's more of a conceptual thing. If you miss the chance to authenticate canon events, something will take place that's a bit difficult to describe, but I've encountered a term for it. It's called dissipation. Like a notional fading, as if something somewhere is undergoing a process of forgetting, and we are what is being forgotten. I knew it! All ideas, people in their full potentialities, possible outcomes, and their specific unfolding, all these things live inside conscious frameworks. The further removed we get from the authentication of canon events, the less relevant they become, and they slowly fade from the conscious frameworks which
is
kept them
this
stable.
talking about like when something ends and the fans start moving on?
That's what I'm
sad.
thinking.
That's sad.
Ah.
No.
Make a theatrically startled expression. Okay.
No, no.
Okay, I guess we don't want that to happen or unhappen, whatever. So I just retcon poof back to English and start like brawling with this dude.
Don't be ridiculous. You wouldn't last a second. Rude.
I mean, fair.
You ain't wrong.
but-
You'll need a team. Also, you don't want to just dive headlong, and furthermore, we'll skip over some very important steps needed to authenticate canon.
Like what?
I mentioned that English's defeat was the keystone to the continuity, but this is an oversimplification.
Yikes. Well, we sure as fuck wouldn't want to simplify anything.
John, please don't be a bitch.
Oh, Rose, I love you.
Rose!
I'm unwell, remember? Oh, we have two people now. Hi. Where am I?
I'm unwell. Remote.
Don't
What
be
was
a
that?
bitch.
I said
Right.
that.
Sorry.
The true keystone, which is a necessary component of his defeat, is the juju. The house-shaped object you stuck your hand in to gain your retcon powers.
Oh yeah.
While empty, it resembles a gap, like a hole in canon, whose only purpose is to be filled. You're four people now, yay.
Yay.
In serving that purpose, it grants one with the radical canon-altering powers that would be needed to fill it. Once filled, it becomes solid, no longer a gap, but a serviceable load-bearing wedge in our continuity, like a keystone. Once delivered to English and directed his way, it empties itself again, releasing its narrative bridging payload. Its functions as a weapon, and in some manner will bring about his demise. Sorry.
Cool.
In some manner.
It's a complicated artifact. There it goes again. As old and unfathomable.
That's John's
unfathomable
anxiety.
as anything else in Paradox space. Like how the Green Sun, or English himself. Like how Green Sun, sorry. Okay. Don't worry about it for now. The important thing is that, in the due course of your travels, you'll end up loading and unloading this weapon.
How am I going to do that?
Think of it like, once you set things in motion, It should just happen naturally through the narrative momentum of your journey. I'm really just warning you about it, rather than instructing you.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Rose looks at her phone. You recognize Kanai's distinct typing style in the window. Rose's thumbs begin to fly across the keypad. She continues to text as she talks. So, if we're going to go back and kill him in time to authenticate canon, I guess we have to get going soon. Like, today?
Yes.
Are you sure you're actually up for a fight, though? No offense, but you're looking a little worse for the wear.
I'm not going.
Oh.
None of us are. Only you.
What? But, Vriska! But, you said,
John, this is the victory state.
what the hell does that even mean?
When we went through the door and passed beyond the threshold of canon, we effectively retired from bearing any responsibility for influencing canon events. We've all been sort of decommissioned as active players on the cosmic stage, with severely diminished relevance attributes. All of us except for you, of course, since you retained your retcon abilities.
Okay, I get that kind of, but couldn't you all just come along anyway?
We could, but it wouldn't serve any purpose. It wouldn't plug up the remaining dark spots in canon. You'll need a group of active players, those still stuck inside the stream of canonic karma.
Who?
Nothing too extravagant, just different versions of us. Younger versions, from our particularly dysfunctional impasse in our journey. I can point out the exact moment in canon you should be disrupting, and how you should disrupt it. In fact, I've already written it down to spare you the trouble of remembering.
Rose leads you to the back. Rose leads you back inside and retrieves a letter from her desk. She hands it over, still typing one-handed on her phone. She sits down and you read the letter. Huh.
Is there anything confusing about my instructions?
No, I remember all this. It shouldn't be a problem. It's just weird to think about revisiting this. It seems like an eternity. Like, we were all completely different people back then.
I assure you, we are all still fundamentally the same bunch of losers.
Rose is ultimately right about that, the way she is about most things. You continue to scan the letter and grimace slightly. Should I really punch her in the face? I felt kind of bad about it last time I did that to someone.
Yes, you absolutely should. I must punch her in the face. Who was it again? I kind of spaced for a
I
second.
don't remember.
Wait, hold on.
No, I want to.
I think I know who it is,
Watch
actually.
it happen.
Only person I ever want to punch in the face is, well, a lot of people, actually.
There's many people. You exhale and turn the paper over in your hands. The other side is blank. You flip it back over and, having fully processed the instructions, drafted in the polished purple handwriting. You like how Rose still writes in purple after all these years. Some things never change. Alright, this seems straightforward enough. I mean, aside from the part where we all have to fight an invincible monster.
He isn't entirely invincible. He will be vulnerable to Dave's weapon. I believe other gambits should present themselves as well. I don't think it would serve the mission well for me to tell you exactly how it will go. But at least I can offer this bit of encouragement. If you follow my instructions, English will be defeated. It is an absolutely essential outcome. And essential, if you'll remember, is the word we should be using instead of good.
I see you're advising we go after him when he's young. I guess that makes sense. Go get him before he gets all big and strong? Like, kind of a surprise attack?
Sure.
Damn, John, you're gonna bring a punch California in the face again.
That dude sucks. He was taunting me a while back. Like, I think he wants me to come fight him. Anyway, I just ignored him, obviously, because I'm not a stupid idiot. But I guess today will be his lucky day. You take a seat next to Rose on the couch.
Honor Weaver.
Examine your friend. Her eyes are closed and her hands are folded in her lap. She's not asleep, but she looks wasted. Like all the life in her has been sucked out through a straw. Like she's insubstantial. When you were kids, you always thought that Rose Lalonde had all the answers, that she could fix any problem with a wall of text and witty rejoinder. You guess that much about her hasn't changed. She's still trying to solve the problems you all left behind. You can't believe how sick she looks. How did this happen to her? Rose, oh wait, no.
That's you.
I should probably get going and let you rest. We can talk about all about it when I get back. I'll fill you in on how it went. Hopefully you'll be feeling better by then.
Oh, yeah.
Something wrong? Is something wrong, Rose?
Oh
Rose opens her eyes and looks at you, but she says nothing. Just looks.
Is this timeline gonna get destroyed?
no! I mean,
I'm not scared, if that's what you're worried about. You already said we're going to defeat him, so nothing to fret over, right?
yes, you.
Something flickers through her eyes, almost too quick to catch.
Oh,
When she
no.
smiles at you, it's warm and sincere.
You're going to do great.
Rose slides her arms around you. After a while, she releases you from the embrace and gets up to fetch her bottle of pills. She pauses at the bedroom door to look at you one more time.
Goodbye, John. Oh no, come on, man. Don't do this.
She closes the door behind her.
Oh god.
Look at the letter. You run your thumb along the edge of the paper. Is this really it? One hug from Rose and you're off to face your destiny? The instructions in the letter are clear, but you aren't sure precisely what to do next. Inertia and indecision keep your feet planted firmly on the carpet. Then, as if directly answering your quandary, your phone buzzes in your pocket. It's a text from Roxy.
Okay.
Read text. It sounds important. You get up without even thinking about it. You exit through the door, through the sliding glass door, and leave it open behind you. Roxy, it's okay. Chapter 3. It's a beautiful day in the Carapace, whatever kingdom, just like it was in the human kingdom and just like it was in the salamander village. Carapace. For whatever faults this paradise you created might have, you sure don't hear many complaints about the weather. You're sitting with Roxy and Calliope on a giant chessboard patterned tablecloth. It's a nice touch, you think. But if you spent any time shopping in the Carapace kingdom, you know most things you can buy are chess-themed. Friendly Carapacians?
Yeah, just Carapacians, I guess.
Carapacians go about their day around you, passing through the park with their eyes politely averted as they pretend not to notice that 3 celebrities are having lunch in the grass nearby. It's extra polite of them because you and Roxy are having a very personal conversation. Ooh. She looked alright. Mostly tired. At least she seemed to have enough energy to babble at length about philosophical gibberish and things about canon and such.
LMA. Oh, is she filling you in on all of this ultimate self junk then?
The what?
This shit where she starts knowing everything and feeling bad.
Oh, that's not the term she used. She just kept describing it as a condition. You haven't been feeling anything like that, right?
What's getting to know what? Wait, getting to know my ultimate self?
Yeah.
Man, I barely got a hold of my basic ass self. Me too.
Yeah, she said she was the only one going through this that she knew of. Rose. At least all that medication seems to be keeping her sort of functional. Roxy gives you a serious sidelong glance. Remember the whole totally unprovoked spiel Rose gave you about substance abuse. She said it wasn't like that. I mean, she said it was under control. Well, what the fuck do I know? The only illicit substance I've ever done is like that stupid trickster lollipop. Never again.
Yeah, whatever. Can't say it's much my business anymore. Rose and I aren't as close as we used to be.
You nod sort of knowingly because you're thinking about how you hadn't talked to Rose in ages either. Roxy gives you a quizzical look, but you turn away before she can draw meaning from it.
Oh gosh, okay. Marian's been keeping her real busy since they got hitched. They both vanished down the brooding caverns, and that was pretty much that. Only since she got sick and spent more time at home did we start talking more again. It's been great, but our conversations have been a little bit upsetting.
And here it comes, the thing you were trying to avoid thinking about the moment Roxy texted you about how you haven't talked to Roxy in ages either. You were having such a nice time ignoring that fact too. Change the subject. So, are you and Callie still living at the same place I last saw? The one near the tower? We look towards the bell tower in the distance. It's a Gothic building so tall it cuts into a shadow through the midday sun. It's an important landmark in the kingdom, the tallest structure for miles around, and the only way you can ever navigate your way here flying. Carapace architecture is often identical, a reflection of their functional collectivist society.
Yep.
That's cool. It's a nice place.
Yeah, I like it here. I thought about it, but I'll probably never want to live in a different kingdom. Still feel most at home around these chess guys.
Makes sense. That's about how I feel about the salamanders, which I realize actually makes no fucking sense. They lead simple lives. I don't really care for the chaos of human or troll cities. You watched Roxy smile and reach for Calliope's hands, who I guess is here, who just doesn't like to... She talks, right?
Yeah, she's just not talking.
Look away before you start dwelling on it.
She wants her girlfriend back.
Oh, you start dwelling on it immediately, looking probably quite conspicuous how quickly you whipped your gaze away. But seriously, what is up with their relationship? Is it romantic, platonic? Can cherubs even have a romantic relationship? Are they even interested in, like, on a fundamental level?
They're aromantic, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're aromantic.
Do their brains and hearts even work that way? Questions like this used to keep you awake at night. You look at them at where Roxy's fingers are intertwined with Calliope's green claws. Calliope is still wearing the Ring of Life. The same one you obtained in a ludicrous adventure through the afterlife, then re-obtained in a ludicrous adventure through canon when it was stolen from you. It's the same one that allowed Calliope to stop being dead in the first place and to come live with your friends here on a beautifully renovated home planet. And it's the same one you gave Roxy all those years ago to fulfill a promise made to a very special new friend. At the time, the gesture felt so important. It felt more meaningful than any gift you've ever given. Like there was some grand emotional gravitas about it that signified something deeper than what it turned out to be. You have since concluded you were just imagining things, ascribing symbolic meanings to gestures that they simply didn't carry like the dumb kid you were. This is depressing. What the fuck?
Damn.
It's Homestuck.
Yeah.
Fucking John. He just can't.
He
He can't.
win.
Sorry. Oh god.
Tactically avoid saying anything at all about Roxy and Calliope's weird, ambiguous relationship. But you can't stop thinking about it. What goes on in Roxy's head, what she thinks about you. You and all your friends have dispositions affected by your classes and aspects. You think you know what that means in your case, but what about her? You can only speculate. Void is a place where things sink and disappear, where they linger forever but cease to exist. You aren't actually sure if your feelings for Roxy ever really faded, or if they just grew numb with time and distance.
Oh no.
Is it the same for her? You search your soul for the answer but come up empty. The truth is you suspect her mental interior is unfathomable.
Oh my god.
In fact, you feel sure of it. You wonder
Oh,
suddenly,
baby.
watching her, this version of her that is, the one with whom you share all these bittersweet memories. Will you ever see her again?
I'll do Calliope.
Okay.
Ahem.
Baby.
John.
What?
Please forgive me if I come across as impatient. But if we're finished with the pleasantries, I believe you have a choice to make.
Huh?
The choice is as to whether you will go to meet my brother or stay up here. Or stay here. Have you decided yet?
There's a choice? Calliope is smiling brightly, but Roxy's face has no expression at all.
It's you.
It's in the title. I was just assuming I had to go, because if I don't, then a lot of stuff will stop being real, or stop being canon? To tell you the truth, I'm a little confused about what will happen if I don't go. But it sounds like it will probably be bad.
That may be so. But, we are not here to caution you about the consequences of your decision either way. But there is always a choice. Rox and I merely wish to invite you here for a nice human picnic. And show our support for whichever decision you make.
To be honest, it's a relief to finally be doing this.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
How much have you actually talked about this? I mean, how many people knew this was going to be a thing?
Just us and Rose. Well, Dirk too, I think. She's been talking to me about it a bunch. And him too, but I don't know how much. He's got, thoughts about all this shit. Whatever, that's not important or even remotely surprising. Bottom line, Rose has been tormenting herself about having to tell you. I'm just glad she finally said it so she can rest. Now, it's up to you.
Oh, yes. Yes, take all the time you need. Again, we aren't here to influence you. It's very important that the decision come from your desire to go through with it, one way or another. Any tampering could taint the results. I'm not good, Calliope.
That's
Try to be cute.
yeah. Taint the. Wait, what?
So, what'll it be, John?
A chill runs through you and stays there. Consider the gravitas of this choice. Am I saying that right?
I think so.
You try, but you can't because you weren't really prepared for it. You didn't think it was a choice at all until this very second. You think back to the way Rose looked at you before she went to bed. What had she told Roxy that she didn't tell you? The chill tightens around your throat and turns into fear.
Sorry.
Vriska!
I didn't know you were using my as a prop.
IP bolts upright.
Of course, what was I thinking? This decision is far too important to be made on an empty stomach.
She fetches the picnic basket, which naturally has been sitting there on the tablecloth since the moment you arrived.
Here, before you choose which path you're going to take, you should decide what you like to eat. Just turn it all this way. I have a pack of a wide variety of provisions, easily enough to satisfy even the most ravenous picnic-goer's appetite. Behold, an array of savory delights for the carnally inclined, or perhaps something for your sweet tooth, if a lust for treats is what stokes your desires.
Calliope produces 2 dishes from the basket and begins gingerly unwrapping them. The unwrapping is so ginger, in fact, that there's something almost dramatic about it, like the opening theme to that boring sci-fi movie with the monolith and the bone-throwing monkey should be playing as she peels away the cheesecloth. On one plate is a pile of meat, rare, almost bleeding cuts from animals you can't identify. The other place holds a generous heap of colorful, exotic-looking candy. You scoot to the side and peek into the basket to see if there's anything else. There's a book in there, but no more food. This is all there is. Contemplate your lunch. Your lips and focus on the food with great intensity. You stop fretting about choices and heartbreak and eternity and Lord English. Your entire world narrows to a single point of light, as you were utterly consumed by the overweening decision about which of these absurd meals to have for lunch. Meat or candy?
Okay, I had to look it up. The monkeys and the monolith thing they were talking about.
2001.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I only seen like the beginning scene. Meat or candy? The 2 possibilities ball around your skull. Meat or candy? It's a tough choice. On any other day, you might be inclined to simply follow the whims you're craving, but no clear victor surges to the forefront of your mind. Each option offers tempting means of sustenance. You know the meat will be rich and filling, and if you're going to be honest with yourself, you haven't had the most robust diet as of late. Robust, yeah. You didn't even have breakfast. It's probably a good idea. These carnivorous comestibles are concerned. You know every cut on that plate is rare to the core. It'll fill your mouth to bursting with juice. It lie heavy on your stomach for hours as your body works to break down all the nutritious protein and fat. It might be tough to chew. It might be even tougher to swallow. Maybe the candy is a better choice for a picnic like this. Something that'll go down easy and fill you with bright energy as you pass the time with your friends. You know you need to just let go sometimes and stop worrying so much about what other people expect of you or even what you expect of them. It's not a bad thing to enjoy yourself for the sake of pleasure, but eat too much and all that sweetness can make you sick. Rox and Calliope glance at each other in confusion as you deliberate over what to eat. You're supposed it's taking you a while to choose, but each dish is appealing enough in certain ways. Each has a potential dietary throwback. You don't want to make a decision you can't stomach. Meat or candy, John? Meat or candy? You release your breath when you realize you've been holding it. You've been ridiculous. What's the sense of fussing over lunch? In the end, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you choose, it'll all be flushed down the toilet tomorrow.
Ew.
Just go with your gut. Don't sweat the small stuff. There are more important things out there to fuck yourself up over.
And
To be
Are you
continued.
kidding me? When's the next update?
I can't believe we're asking that in the year of our Lord 2019.
Watch, she's one of those people who will never update it.
Oh my god.
Like on fanfiction, that's actually archive of our own. So
Oh my god, he's gonna be one of those authors.
let me look up.
Are we gonna get an update to these epilogues?
I hope we do.
Cannot predict now.
Okay, are we getting an update or what? Cannot predict now.
Oh my god.
Vriska, you asked.
Are we? Reply Hazy, try again. Oh my god.
Hussy! I'm just gonna eat one.
Hussy's fucking with my mom.
Dude, he loved you. Okay. Well,
This is not a sign of love.
that was the Homestuck Epilogues that was just uploaded today.
How many certain relationships it is?
Sorry.
So we'll see if that gets an update. We probably won't live stream that because like we didn't know this was gonna be a thing and this was like very like spontaneous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
probably
just-
not even get together by the time the next update.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
happen to be together this time.
Yeah.
Wait, Discord.
Oh true. Y'all got Discord? I don't remember.
And I have
my
like OBS
anything.
and I do live stream and stuff,
Yeah,
so I
I
can
have
actually have the
OBS,
screen. Yeah, we
all
just
that.
have the actual screen up there too.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. But yeah, that's it for now. I think
Sure.
yeah. Okay. I thought that John and Roxy were gonna be a thing.
I knew that was gonna happen. It's real here.
I'm
Does he still like her though?
Oh yeah.
I'm
No,
distraught.
he fucked up though. He fucked up though. Cause
I know, like.
Okay, but can we talk about this? John's gonna die.
Oh yeah.
He is so gonna die.
He's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
Why would they do that? He's been through so much.
Is John gonna die? Ask again later.
Dang it!
Damn it. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Wait, hold on.
well, what's up?
Will Gamzee ever get out the fridge? I love Gamzee. I want him to be out the fridge.
He's my freaking patron troll. I hope so.
My sources say no. Dang it!
Damn it.
Hold on.
Poor kid. I wonder if we're gonna adult
Is
now.
something bad going to happen to Carcat?
No.
No.
I don't want to think about that.
Very doubtful.
Good. Something bad. Shit!
We'll never find out.
Well,
I'm sorry. At least have some candy.
Oh yeah, we still have some candy. But wow. So yeah, if none of you guys wanted to like watch throughout that entire thing, because it was like it's like an hour, just read it for yourself on Homestuck.com. The Homestuck Epilogues. Yeah.
is my top thing.
If you made it to the end of us being idiots, I fully commend you. Like,
Oh, no one did.
I know, but
But
and it was
like,
made
what after this
Some
like
people
upload?
made it
Yeah.
to the end of us reading it, but people left after we done reading.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm all covered in like candy dust.
Good job. You did.
Good job, Nepeta. Okay. Anything you want to? Anything you want to say to the viewers?
Like and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Big sigh.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media.
Yeah. Yeah. If I can edit descriptions, which I'm sure maybe
Yeah.
No, you don't have to follow me on social media. I was joking.
do it. Okay. We're gonna go.
Don't
Do I
forget
just-
to hit
This
that
one actually has
bell.
content, so yeah, follow them.
Do I just put the X and is that it?
Maybe. Go to the
What is this?
mute microphone also.
No. Okay.
There you go.
All right.